Hello, welcome to Climate Pod, where the urgency of our planet's story meets the power of your voice. I'm your host, CalebKoyo, and in this podcast, we dive headfirst into the most critical narrative of our time, climate change narrative. Get ready to explore the science, the solutions, and the stories that bridge the gap between global challenges and personal action. Together, we are embarking on a journey to uncover truths, spark conversations, and ignite the change that our worlds need right now and heading into the future. So buckle up and tune in because the climate is calling and it's time to answer. Remember, this content is exclusively made for Bompik. Let's go. Now, let's begin today's episode with a story. According to a report by World Economic Forum, without immediate action to combat climate change, rising sea levels, water scarcity, and declining crop production could force around 216 million people to migrate within their own countries by 2050. This report modeled the impact of climate change on 6 regions, including that climate change migration hotspots will emerge as soon as 2030 and intensify by 2050, hitting the poorest parts of the world hardest. This report continues to state that the sub-Saharan Africa alone could account for 86 million of the internal migrants, with 19 million more in North America, while 40 million migrants are expected to be from South Asia and 49 in East Asia and the Pacific. Such movements will put significant stress on both sending and receiving areas, straining cities in urban centers and also jeopardizing development gains. That's not a very good story. So with that said, let's get down to this episode's solution. How can we solve this? We can do this by planting trees. That's the key. Now, how does this help though? Planting trees is a powerful and effective strategy in the fight against climate change. Trees play a very crucial role in mitigating the impacts of climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, providing oxygen, and contributing to various ecosystem services. Trees are very important, and you and me should actually embark on a journey to planting trees. Trees act as a natural carbon sinks, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere during photosynthesis and storing it in their biomass. This process helps reduce the concentration of CO2, a major greenhouse gas responsible for global warming in the atmosphere. Another reason why we need tree is for soil protection and restoration. Tree roots help bind soil and prevent erosion, which is particularly important in areas vulnerable to droughts and heavy rainfall. Healthy soil store carbon and support plant growth, contributing to climate resilience. Air quality improvement is another angle the tree can actually help. Trees help improve air quality by filtering pollutants and particulate matter from the air, leading to cleaner and healthier environments, especially in the urban areas. Urban areas like Nairobi in Kenya are so crowded. Now, we also have the long-term impact of trees. Trees have a long lifespan, so the benefits of planting trees today can continue to accumulate over the decades. If you do one right now, in the next 20 years, it's still there, making it a sustainable and lasting solution. While trees planting is an effective strategy, it is essential to consider the right tree species for specific regions and address land use planning and ensure that trees are properly cared for to maximize their long-term benefits. As part of a comprehensive approach to addressing climate change, planting trees offer a tangible and impactful way of individuals, communities, and nations to contribute to a more sustainable, more sustainable future as far as climate change is concerned. But also, I want to take this opportunity to commend the Kenyan President, William Samoei Arap Ruto, on his efforts to ensure that Kenyans plant 5 billion trees in the next 5 years and 10 billion in 10 years as part of the efforts to combat climate change. Ruto has also so far so good hinted that Kenya will join the alliance against desertification that Spain is building jointly with Senegal to tame climate change. Those are some of the efforts the Kenyan president is making to ensure that we are all safe here in Kenya. As we wrap up this episode for Climate Pod, remember, every story shared, every insight gained, every conversation sparked is a step towards a more sustainable world. The journey to combat climate change is a collective effort, and your role in this narrative is so pivotal. So let's keep the momentum going, championing innovation advocating for change, and weaving a future where our planet thrives. Thank you so much once again for being part of the solution. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning. This is CalebKoyo signing off from the front lines of the climate battle, all courtesy of Bompic. I see you again next time, but remember, the fight to save our climate continues and every minute counts. So let's go.